Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be building a sort of wedding chapel kind of thing. I don't know, it's kind of basically a church, but I really wanted somewhere for my Sims to be able to get married in the game. There is San Myshuno Park, but it's not really just for weddings, and I wanted to build something just for a cute little countryside wedding or whatever. And so I built this, and this is actually, it sounds really weird, but this is actually based off an animation, right? Stick with me. So there's a video going around at the minute on Facebook, and it's of a little hedgehog, and he has some friends and all that, but he gets sad because whenever he and his friends, like, they touch or they hug or whatever, his friends get hurt because he's like really prickly, because he's got loads of like little spikes on him, I think they're called. Is that the right term for it? Well, I'm gonna use spikes anyway. And it actually takes place in a school, but the school is actually where I got the inspiration to build this from, which I know is such a weird reference to like build something from, but I don't know, I was watching the video and I saw the little animated house and I just thought it was the most adorable thing ever. And yeah, I decided to make it into a church. So obviously in the video it's a school and it's actually 2 stories. I took a lot of similarities, but then again I made it my own at the same point, so it's not the exact thing because obviously it's The Sims and you can't really match an animation to The Sims. It doesn't really work like that. But I tried my best and I just love the way it turned out. It's literally so adorable. Like, I'm so happy with it, and it's got like this little like bell tower kind of thing at the top in the middle of the roof, and at the minute it's actually got some archways in it, but I do change that. So I change it at the end. I don't actually record it, but you'll see it in the screenshots anyway. I put the Jungle Adventure windows in there because they're just basically frames, they're not really a window. And it just looks so much better than the archways. And so yeah, so that's where my inspiration for this build came from. And by the way, I'm really sorry if my voice is a lot quieter than normal. I'm actually recording this at 10 o'clock at night and my mum's already gone to bed. Normally where I live away from home I can record at whatever time, and I was meant to record earlier but I accidentally fell asleep while watching Say Yes to the Dress. So yeah, she woke me up when she went to bed, and then I realised that I needed to do a voiceover. And so if I am talking a little bit quieter, that is why, but I'll try and boost my voice anyway when it comes to editing. But as you can see, we've now got the basic shape of this little, I'm going to call it a cottage for the minute. So this little cottage, and inside it does actually have a kitchen and 1 bathroom with 1 toilet, which I know might be a little bit annoying for like a community lot. But, I mean, you can add another toilet. Like the 1 toilet it has got is very big and it doesn't need to be as big. But I didn't want to just add a load of toilets and not make it look as cute as it could be. So if you do want more toilets and it kind of does like annoy you or whatever, you can obviously just add as many toilets as you want. But it only has 1 toilet at the minute, and then it's also got like this like seating area kind of thing inside and like a little sofa and stuff. And yeah, it's just, I imagine that this build is like really old, like not this build, like this, the actual build itself, like the house kind of cottage thing is really old. And it's just been made into like a chapel, maybe like a little old lady owns it or something, I don't know. I just love it, and I'm actually really excited to have a wedding here because, like I said, there's not really any way you can have weddings in The Sims. You can go to San Myshuno and that's literally about it. But even when I go to San Myshuno, I still like to switch up the objects. But I've placed everything that I think you need if you do a gold wedding event. So I put some speakers in, I put a kitchen so you can have like a cook and they can make a cake for you. But to be fair, normally whenever I hire a caterer to make a cake or to cook whatever, they never make a cake, which is really inconvenient because then I don't have a wedding cake and then I can't complete that goal. But if they're a good cook, then there is a kitchen and they can make a cake in there. But you can see I've just doing the little floor plan now. The floor plan is really simple. The room on the left is the bathroom. As you can see what I mean, it is quite big for a bathroom. but I was debating putting like 2 toilets in there and then separating it off, but then there'll be like a little weird like 2 tiles where there was just nothing, and I don't know, I didn't really like it. So I didn't like it, I just didn't feel like doing that, so I didn't do that. But now I'm doing the little kitchen, and I put this island in, and I think it kind of works. I mean, it looks okay, I like it, but it was just an empty space otherwise, and I didn't want to completely fill it with cabinets and stuff, and so I decided, let's just put an island in and see how that works out, and I think it worked out quite cool. I mean, I think it looks quite nice. I do put a little tray on top of it from, I think it's backyard stuff or something like that, just so if they want a drink they can go in there and grab a drink. But there is a lot of stuff on the in the exterior of the build, because that is like the main focus on the build, like the decorating in the middle in the inside of the build is just so it's not so empty, but the outside is basically the main focus for this build, because it's obviously like a wedding kind of place, and it is meant to be like a wedding chapel church kind of thing. So yeah, but now I'm just finishing up the kitchen. I'm putting some little rugs in. I didn't actually clutter the kitchen because I thought if it's a kitchen that people might come in and it's not someone's own kitchen, it's not going to be as cluttered. But I did put some like basic items in to make it look more like a kitchen and kind of make it feel a little bit cluttered, but not, I didn't go all out basically. And so yeah, and you can see I'm trying to put these frying pans and saucepans and all that kind of stuff in, and it failed. But in the end, I actually, like when I'm doing the living room, I say living room, it's just kind of like a room with a sofa in it. I actually do go into the kitchen and put some saucepans and frying pans and that kind of stuff in, just because I found the hanging one, and I didn't think about putting the hanging one in when I was originally just doing the kitchen. So I do actually add some frying pans, if you're wondering. But now I'm doing the bathroom, and oh yeah, I came across this mirror, and I've never seen it before. It's gone now, but I think you might see it in a minute. But I've never seen it before. It's base game, and when I was building this, I was like, oh, the new patch update must be out, because the new patch update is actually coming out today, but you're seeing this tomorrow. So today's the 18th. This will be going up on the 19th. And I thought, oh, I must already have the patch installed. It must be updated. But it's not, because the patch is actually currently updating now on my computer, and so far it's taken 2 hours. If you follow me on Twitter, you might know about my internet problems at home. They are terrible. My internet where I live is shockingly bad. Like, it's so bad, but we can't do anything about it. It's just the countryside, and so I had to upload my last video on my 4G, so I had to use my data to upload my last video. I'm gonna try and upload this overnight, because I have got a little bit of internet, but literally like the bare minimal. So I think if I upload this tonight, it should be up on YouTube by tomorrow. I'm hoping, because I really don't want to miss tomorrow's upload, because I missed Sunday's upload, and I had to upload on Monday, and yeah, I don't want to be inconsistent, so hopefully it will upload. But now I'm just doing the little lounge seating kind of area, and you can see that I've put in a doll's house, and basically I wanted to make this lot like somewhere that kids can go as well, so it's not just like mums and dads. And so I do add this little doll house, and I also add the monkey bars in the garden as well, because they are actually really cute. But I do add the doll's house because toddlers and children can both use them, and then the monkey bars just children can use. I think maybe teenagers, I don't think so though. No, I don't think teenagers can. And then I do also add a dog bowl as well, so if someone who's getting married loves their dog and their dog's coming, they can eat. The dog can eat when they're here. I don't know, I wanted it to be like child and pet friendly kind of thing. I didn't want to completely block out them two kind of life states. I wouldn't say a dog's a life state, but you know what I mean. But now I'm moving on, and I'm doing the windowsill, and I actually used some shelves for the windowsill, and I really wanted the feel of like a really like deep set windows. Does that make any sense? Like a really big window ledge kind of thing. Not a window shield. I don't know why I called it a window shield a minute ago. Like a window ledge. I really wanted like a big window ledge in this build. Like that's what I imagined, and so I tried to do it with the shelves, and I think it worked quite well. I've tried doing this once before, but I used objects that didn't actually sit on the windows like properly, and then when I'd move around the window, like the objects would be floating, and yeah, so I actually did use objects that fit on shelves, so if you move around that won't happen. But now I'm just putting in a little bookcase, and I was trying to figure out what else to put in this area, because I did put that little chess table in, and it was just one of them little awkward areas where I was like, I don't know what to put in. Like I struggled for so long trying to figure out what to put there. In the end, I think I just put a plant and the little like puff stool kind of thing from Cats and Dogs, I think it's called, which is adorable. It's like a little checkered one. And so yeah, that's what I just fill it up with, and I'm just trying to figure out here what I'm trying to do with it, because as I said, it takes me so long to try and figure out what to do with it, and it's just at this point here that I decided, right, let's just do one of them little sofa things, and it'll be cute. And by the way, I did also add a dining table inside, as you can probably see, just in case like it rains or whatever. I don't know, because that happens now in Sims. We've had seasons for ages, but anyway, in case it rains or whatever, you can eat inside so your Sims doesn't get wet. I just thought it was an extra little thing which made it feel more like realistic. I don't know. But anyway, now I'm on to the outside, not the inside, the outside. And with the outside, I actually shuffle it around quite a lot. So you can see I've just put the little like archway, and then I've just placed a load of chairs down. This completely shifts, so what I did is I basically put all the objects that I knew I wanted in this build in the build. Like, I kind of placed them around, and then once I had all the objects that I knew that I wanted, I then like played about with it and like played around with the structure of how it looked, because I was going to go with the archway in the middle, so it was like kind of more dramatic and all that kind of stuff, but it was kind of inconvenient because it took up such a large space, and then there was like this awkward space either side of it. So I actually do move it over to one side in a minute, and then I just think it looks so much better that way as well. And I don't know, I like the way it turns out, especially because now I'm just putting down some tables, and I don't actually keep the one smaller table is what I'm trying to say. I don't keep that one. I actually make it into like the single table, you know, like the little like round one kind of thing. Actually no, I do a square one, I think. I'm not sure. You'll see in a minute. But I do them, and I just think they're so like, it's just so much more realistic, because I have the big table where maybe the bride and the groom can sit and their immediate family, and then I place some smaller tables. Oh, I did use a circle one. Okay, yeah, I did use a circle one. And I place these little tables next to it, just as if like they're just friends or whatever, so they're not like, they don't need to sit on the big table when they're eating. I don't know, I just thought that was a cool idea. I mean, it does happen in most weddings anyway, and so that's what I did basically. But now I'm just trying to figure out what else to put down. As you can see, I've already put a piano down and a music box station thing, and then over here what I did is I imagined that, well, when you go to weddings you give presents like to the newly married couple and stuff, and I just imagined that it was a present table. You know, when you was little and you went to birthday parties or whatever, or if you still go to birthday parties or whatever and you have like a present table, I just imagined that was that basically. And they're all the decorative pillows that came with the holiday update. Not the new one, because as I said, that's still updating. It's from last year's or maybe the year before. I'm not completely sure. But you can see I literally just like switched from having nothing on the wall of the house to, or I say house, the wedding place, to having some like twinkly lights and stuff. And that is because I did delete the window, because on the other side I put a fireplace, and then I felt like it looked so bare just being a completely bare window, and so I had some balloons and I had that little like bar kind of decoration, so it looks like there's loads of drinks and stuff. And yeah, I just thought realism basically when I was doing this. And you can see I'm just doing a little pathway, and I was actually going to do the exterior all patioed, but I don't know, when I was doing it, I just didn't think it would look right, and I think I still stand by that. I don't think it would look right all patioed. I think it looks so much sweeter just being like terrain paints and more like elegant and like flimsy, if that's the right word, I don't know. But I just like the look of this better, and thank God in this build it didn't like muff up. So if you watched my last video, which was a Parenthood and base game speed build, I did terrain paints and I complained about it in there because halfway through it deleted, and then I ended up doing it 3 times in the end, which was really, really annoying. And so I was kind of cautious when I was doing the terrain paints in this build. I kind of wanted to leave it to the end, but then I needed to like figure out where everything was going to go and stuff, and I did it in the front anyway, like at the start, so I thought I might as well do it in like the garden kind of area now. But luckily it didn't delete, so the terrain paint is the exact same because it didn't delete basically. But now I'm just filling it with some little plants and stuff, just because I wanted it to be just really like fairy tale like, if that makes any sense, like a proper little fairy tale wedding in like a little hall, whatever, or you know, them kind of things. I mean, I know this is not hall, but like you kind of get where I'm going from. I just thought it was really, really sweet, and I add basically the same flowers that I place all around the lot, just in the little like garden area. Yeah, I don't know why, it's just because it keeps like the symmetry basically. I didn't want to add like plants that didn't look right, and so I did that. But now I'm just trying to figure out what else to put here. I do actually change that radio station, and then I do add some more presents, and you can see I sized down one of them lily vasey things, one of the lily vases, just so it looks better and it suited in with the presents. Maybe someone gave them a bouquet of flowers or whatever. And then you can see I just added in the monkey bars, and I used the ones from, I think it's Romantic Garden stuff, with the little roses, like an ivy all going around it, and it's so beautiful, and so I needed to use it basically in this build. And now we're just doing like the actual ceremony area bit, and I wasn't actually originally going to use this wedding arch. I was going to use the other one, but I thought I'd see the swatches, and I hadn't actually seen this white and pink swatch before, and so I decided I wanted to use it because it's just more the kind of thing that I wanted to go for. And then I actually used the Seasons little circle things, I don't know what they're called, and just put it on top because I thought it just suited it really, really well. And yeah, but now I'm just gonna go in and add some rose petals, and yeah, I think that's basically it for this build. I did really, really want the rose petals to be in the lighter colour, like in the single swatch kind of thing. You'll see what I mean in a minute. But they only do it in the dark pink, so kind of frustrating, but yeah, whatever. So this is what I was talking about. So these rose petals only come in this swatch. Yeah, it's really, really frustrating, but I don't know, it still looks cute, but I think it would have looked so much better if we had the other swatch of it. But yeah, but anyway guys, we're now near the end of the video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching me build this, and if you do like my content, then please like and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.